Good morning, students of class 11th. Welcome to your online classes of English. Today, for class 7th, in the Hornbill section, we will be covering out chapter number 4, Landscape of the Soul by Nathalie Troveroy. Okay, Landscape of the Soul by Nathalie Troveroy. Now, what do you mean by landscape, first of all? That means in landscape means what? The scenery. That means we are talking about the mountains, the rivers, the waterfalls, the sun, the moon, the stars, the snow covered mountains. So these are known as what? The landscape. What we call them? Landscape. Okay. Of the soul. What do you mean by soul? जो हमारी आत्मा होती है, दैट इज़ नोन एज सोल. मतलब लैंडस्केप जो है जो आत्मा से बनाया हुआ है, इट मीन्स दैट द लैंडस्केप विच इज़ ड्रॉन बाय द सोल, इट मीन्स दैट. हु इज़ द ऑथर? नैथले ट्रोवरॉय. नाउ व्हाट आर द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव and outcome of the lesson? The main objective of the lesson is that means in the ancient times there was a belief, that means a real picture painter were there. Okay, if you have seen the picture of Mona Lisa, that means if you will watch again and again, that lady looks like crying if you watch that picture. Okay, that means likewise that means we are talking about the many ancient pictures over here, especially the Chinese art and craft. We are talking about the Chinese painting. Okay, Wu Daozi was one of them. That means he has drawn such a landscape, it looked very real for the Maharaja, for the king. Okay, he has drawn one landscape, and in landscape one cave was there, and the door was there. Okay, when he clapped, that door opened, and Wu Daozi entered that cave and was never found again. It was believed like that. And one of the painter who has drawn the picture of a bee, okay, and it looked so real, that bee, that painter started flying on that. It was such a picture, such a real picture. That means in the ancient times, the art and craft and paintings were like that. So this is the major objective of the lesson. What are the major outcome of the lesson? The major outcome of the lesson is that means we should see what our ancient artists did. Okay, they have made such an art, that means we should preserve them. We should always preserve them for our future generation, what they did. Okay, if you talk about Nekchand also, Nekchand Rock Garden in Chandigarh, it's a very famous garden. That means he built that garden with the arty crafts and all, with the waste materials and all. With the waste materials, he made that garden. That means the idea came to his mind. With the waste material, he collected wherever he found, and he created that garden. And that garden is made by Nekchand. And many of the tourists who come from foreign countries, they visit that garden in Chandigarh, which was made by Nekchand. That means we should preserve and secure the things and places what our great artists and people had left for us. Okay, we should procure them. Okay, we should never destroy them. So this is the major outcome of the lesson, you could say. Now, landscape of the soul by Nathalie Trower-Roy. First of all, introduction part. In Landscape of the Soul, the writer contrasts Chinese painting with the Western painting. That means the writer is contrasting what over here? We are talking about Chinese painting versus Western painting. We are making the comparison with that. Chinese painters excel inner and spiritual landscape. That means Chinese painter, what they paint? That means they paint what? Inner and spiritual landscape. That means they paint inner, that means that is real, and spiritual, which comes by the heart, which comes from the soul. They paint such landscape. That means they make mountains, rivers. Okay, that means what we call landscape. That is called landscape. Western paintings reproduce an actual view based on delicate realism. That means Western painting, if you talk about Western painting, that means it reproduces what? An actual view based on delicate realism. It is based on realism. It's an authentic painting, you could say. Okay? Man finds a fundamental role in all of them as he is the eye of the landscape. Who is the eye of the landscape? The person who watches that, the person who sees that landscape. He is the eye of the landscape. Now, see, now I would explain the lesson in detail to you all. Chinese painter Wu Daozi. First of all, we will be talking about the Chinese painter Wu Daozi in the first paragraph. Wu Daozi lived in China in 8th century. He was living in China in 8th century. His last painting was a landscape. His last painting was a landscape. He was asked to make a landscape to decorate a palace wall. He was asked to make a landscape to decorate a palace wall. मतलब महल के वॉल को कवर करना था उस लैंडस्केप से. The emperor admired the wonderful painting. It included forest, mountain, waterfalls, clouds, and immense sky in it. It included everything in it. Okay? It included forest, उस लैंडस्केप में जंगल था, mountains, waterfalls, clouds, and immense sky in it. The painter requested the emperor to look into the cave. The painter requested the emperor what? To look into the cave. कि वो cave की तरफ देखें. Drawn in the landscape, which was drawn in the landscape. There lives a spirit. What he says? There lives a spirit. वहाँ पे एक spirit रहती है, वहाँ पे एक आत्मा रहती है. The painter said he clapped his hands. Okay? The painter said that, and Wu Daozi said that, and after that he clapped his hand. As he clapped, the cave opened. That means जो केव का दरवाज़ा था वो खुल गया. The inside was splendid. अंदर बहुत शानदार था. Okay? प्लीज़ लेट मी शो योर मेजेस्टी द वे. आइए मैं आपको रास्ता दिखाता हूँ. द पेंटर सेड दिस वर्ड्स एंड एंटर्ड द केव. पेंटर जो है जैसे ही उसने वर्ड बोला एंड ही एंटर्ड द केव डोर. द डोर क्लोज बिहाइंड हिम. उसके बाद जो है वो डोर बंद हो गया. द पेंटिंग डिसअपियर्ड फ्रॉम द वॉल. उसके बाद वो पेंटिंग वहाँ से डिसअपियर होगी. द आर्टिस्ट नेवर सीन अगेन इन दिस वर्ल्ड. फिर बाद में वो आर्टिस्ट दोबारा इस वर्ल्ड में नहीं देखा गया. इट वॉज लाइक दैट. नाउ सी इन द सेकेंड पैराग्राफ. Such stories quite common in Chinese classical education. As we have talked about Wu Daozi, such stories are really very classical about Chinese, you could say classical education. Such stories we are talking about. Stories like Wu Daozi are quite common in Chinese classical education. Books of books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of them. Books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of them. If we talk about these Chinese books, they give proper guidance to the students. They give proper guidance to the students. They are deeply revealing. They are very deeply revealing. They reveal the spirit of the art. They reveal what? They reveal the spirit of the art. In contrast, there is also another story of a painter. In contrast, there is also another story of a painter. He would not paint the eye of a dragon, lest it should come out of the painting. That means he would not paint the eye of the dragon, otherwise, it will come out of the painting. It was like that. They were drawing the paintings like that, which was like that. Okay. Now, see, realism in European painting. In the third paragraph, we will be talking about the realism in European painting. That means we will be talking about the Western painting now. Chinese and Asian paintings are the essence of the inner life and spirit. They were the essence of the inner life and spirit, you could say. On the other hand, European painting reveal delicate realism. If you will talk about European painting, Western painting, it showed delicate realism. There is a story of blacksmith. There is a story of a blacksmith called Quentin. Okay, there is a story of blacksmith named Quentin. He lived in Antwerp. Where he lived? He lived in Antwerp in Europe. He fell in love with a painter's daughter. He fell in love with a painter's daughter. But the painter would not accept such a son in law. Quentin entered the studio quietly. That means that painter was not accepting him. So one day what he did? One day Quentin entered the studio in a quiet manner. He then painted a fly. What he made? A fly, a bee. Okay. On the painter's latest panel. On the painter's latest panel. It looked so real that the painter tried to swat it. That means it looked so real that the painter tried to swat it. Swat it means painter ने उसको भगाने की कोशिश किया उस फ्लाई को away. He was impressed with Quentin. He was very impressed with Quentin and kept him as an apprentice. और उसने क्विंटिन को क्या किया? अपना अप्रेंटिस बना लिया. दैट मीन्स अपना स्टूडेंट बना लिया इन द स्टूडियो. ही सेव ऑफ हिज डॉटर. ही गेव ऑफ हिज डॉटर, okay, in marriage. After that, he married his daughter to Quentin when he was impressed by his painting, when he had drawn a fly. To him, Quentin went on to become one of the most famous painter of his times. After that, Quentin became the most famous painter of his time. Now we would be comparing Chinese versus European viewpoints. What are Chinese viewpoints and what are European viewpoints? Okay. In a classical Chinese landscape, the focus is not on realism. It is not the actual view that a Chinese painter would paint. Western painting is figurative. European painters focus on realism and actual landscape. A European painter wants you to see the painting through his eyes. What the European painter want you to see? His painting through your eyes. You will have to borrow his eyes. On the other hand, you can enter a Chinese painting or landscape from any point. You have the freedom. Chinese landscape is not a real one. It allows the active participation of the viewer. The viewer decides at what pace he will travel through the painting. Okay. The Chinese painter does not want you to borrow his eyes. That means the Chinese painting does not want you to borrow his eyes. He wants you to enter his mind. He wants you to enter his mind through his painting. Okay. Now see in the fifth paragraph. Okay. Sansui, the concept of yang and yin. Okay. That means question is based on this paragraph. Often comes in the examination. That means what is Shanshui, the concept of yang and yin. Okay. Yang means mountain, yin means river. Okay. Yin means what? In Chinese language it is yang means mountain, yin means river. Now see, Shanshui literally means mountain water. Shanshui literally means what? Mountain water. These two elements represents diest view of the universe. These are the diest view of the universe. That means यूनिवर्स में जैसे 5 तत्व होते हैं, एवरीबडी नोज दैट. व्हाट इज़ दैट? एयर, वाटर, फायर, ओके, स्काई. ओके. तो ऑल दीज आर 5 टाइप ऑफ एलिमेंट्स, ओके, which we find in this universe. Diest view of the universe. The mountain is yang. Okay, yang is a mountain. It rises vertically to heaven. It rises vertically to heaven. The water is yin. The water is what? Yin. It is horizontal and resting on the earth. It is horizontal and it is resting on the earth. It flows continuously. Yang and yin are not opposite. Yang and yin are not opposite. They are complementary. That means they are complementary to each other. Yang is active and masculine. If you talk about yang, the mountain, it is very active and masculine. That means it is very powerful. Yin is receptive and feminine. That means yin, the river, the water, is just opposite to that, just contrary to that, and it is feminine in gender. Concept of energy. Concept of energy. The third element is overlooked. The third element is overlooked over here. It is the middle void. It is what? It is the middle void. In the middle void, emptiness, both yang and yin interact. That means in emptiness, both yang and yin interact each other. That means mountain and river interact each other. It is like suspension of the breath in the yogic practice of pranayam. Okay, it is like what? It is like the suspension of breath in the yogic practice of pranayam about yang and yin. That means about the mountain and the river. Okay, it is here that meditation occurs. It is here where the meditation occurs. The middle void is essential. The mid void is very essential. Nothing can happen without it. Nothing can happen without it. Hence, the importance of the white unpainted space in Chinese landscape. Now, in the sixth paragraph, what we'll be talking about? In the sixth paragraph, we'll be talking about man's fundamental role. Now, what is man's fundamental role? Okay, man's role is fundamental in any art. In any form of art, human being's role is fundamental. Man lies between heaven and earth. Man lies between heaven and earth. He is the medium of communication. He is the medium of communication between both poles of universe. Okay, his presence is essential. His presence is very essential. He is the eye of the landscape. That means human being is the eye of the landscape. Okay. Now in the seventh paragraph we'll talk about outsider art. Now what is outsider art? The concept of art brat or raw art. This is the concept of what? The outsider art is the concept of art brat or raw art. Was presented by a French painter Jean Dubuffet. Okay, which was presented by French painter Jean Dubuffet in 1940s. It is the art of those artists who have received no formal training, yet they show talent and artistic insight. That means these are those artists who have received no formal training, but instead of that, they show talent and artistic insight. Okay. Now, see, in the next paragraph, in the last paragraph, we'll be talking about nature, an untutored genius. One of the example of that is Chen, who was an untutored genius. That means he had not received any formal training, but instead of that, he became one of the great artists. Now see, Chen, the creator of the rock garden in Chandigarh. Who is the creator of rock garden in Chandigarh? Chen is the creator of rock garden in Chandigarh. Was an untutored genius. He was an untutored genius. Nobody tutored him. He used recycled materials to create the world famous rock garden. That means he used waste material to create that world famous rock garden in Chandigarh. He is now considered as India's biggest contribution to outsider art. he is now considered at what? He is now considered as one of the India's biggest contribution to outsider art. Outsider art means the art which is drawn through waste materials and all. That is known as outsider art. So this question always comes in the examination. What is outsider art? Who is the creator of that? Okay. India's biggest contribution to outsider art, the nation of art blood. We call that art blood also, or raw art. We call that art blood or raw art also. Recognize anything or everything from a tin to a sink. That means in raw art we recognize everything from tin to a sink. दैट मीन्स जो टिन हम बाहर फेंक देते हैं, जो सिंक हम बाहर फेंक देते हैं, उसको रॉ आर्ट के फॉर्म में हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. दैट कैन बी मटीरियल फॉर अ वर्क ऑफ आर्ट. दैट कुड बी अ मटीरियल फॉर अ वर्क ऑफ आर्ट. नेकचंद रिसीव्ड various awards and honor in France. Okay, so Neckchand received various awards and honors in France, okay, Belgium and Italy. That means he received various type of awards in France, Belgium and Italy. But the biggest honor for him is walking through his rock garden. The biggest honor for him was walking through his rock garden and enjoying his creation. And enjoying his creation. Still, the people enjoy his creation. As Neckchand says, people will enjoy his creation. Okay, till the rock garden is there in Chandigarh, what he made with raw materials. Okay, what he made with the waste materials, what he made with the raw materials, you could say. So this is the lesson all about. Thank you very much all. God bless you all.